Umoja.
For today's day.
Oh, Nia.
Habari Gani?
Nia.
Nia. Thank you. So on this, it does say, prior to our family supper, we will light the 5 candles, which we have done today, including the second green candle that is lit. And as we say tonight's affirmation, we are reminded that the lighting of each green candle represents the hope for our future. Say the hope for our future.
The hope for our future.
Okay, we tell ourselves that life's true meaning can be found inside of each of one of us, and that is where today's principle comes in, is our purpose, right? Okay, so tonight, as we're gathered here and talking amongst each other, we're going to discuss how can we have applied Nia to our daily lives, which is our purpose. How can we apply Nia to our purpose, okay? Into our daily lives. So after supper, we will turn off all the lights and meditate for a few minutes about our role in our family, and also within our community, and also within our nation. After sharing our thoughts, we will hold hands and shout Harambe 5 times, and then we will blow out the candles, ending in a celebration of Nia. Okay? So as we go around, I guess we'll do our unity cup now, right, Eric?
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll do that, and we will do what the meaning of Nia is. So just kind of think about it, because I mean, sometimes we really don't know what our purpose is, why we do things, why we do something better than what somebody else does, and sometimes that is your purpose, and sometimes it's not. But sometimes we can just assume or kind of go based off, just because I really like to do something, that's my purpose. So really, excuse me, looking at who we are, right? And what do we do well? You know, one thing I can say I do well is encourage people and motivate people. That's, I feel like, is my purpose in life. And sometimes looking at the bad and, you know, kind of looking at the outside of the, you know, the good of it, you know, and seeing the good within. So for me, it's encouraging and motivation, and that's my purpose.
Good job, Mom.
Malachi.
Oh.
So Malachi, what do you believe your purpose is in life? Just in general, what do you think that is?
My purpose in life is to live my life.
Live your
the way
life.
I want it to.
Okay.
Okay.
And
How is that beneficial to somebody else?
Oh, someone else?
well, I mean, go back to what you said. You said, I want to live my life. Does that mean live your life the way you want? That means you don't want no one to dictate to you how to live. You want to choose for yourself.
Yeah.
Self-determination. You're kind of going back to that a little bit, right? So that's good. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Malcolm. So think about, what is your purpose, Malcolm?
My purpose of Nia today?
Just in your life, what do you feel like you do well?
I do well by talking to people, and
Okay.
I do well by talking to people and helping people around school and home.
Yes,
And I try to help people as many as I can.
you do. And you're very affectionate too. You have a loving spirit. So that's another one.
Then
All right, Eric. What is your purpose?
You know, purpose is a strong word. When I think about my purpose, sometimes I'm always seeking my purpose and seeking, you know, clarity on my purpose. But one thing I can say, that one thing I do know, and I think I have this in common with my wife, is to be an encourager and to be an example. You know, I think that's a lost thing today. that we've lost, you know, in the generation of people feeling I don't need to be an example for anybody or to be a good role model, you know, and I think that's something that's important to me is, you know, being an encourager to people, being a good role model, being a leader, and very importantly, teaching people to always seek truth, be seekers of the truth, and don't take anything less than the truth, regardless of how others accept that. You have to be a person that has value and stand on those values and principles. Without those things, we are truly nothing. So
there you go.
You know, that's kind of where I'm at. Okay.
That's awesome. And Michaela is resting right now, so that's all right.
You're not done. Go, keep going. Good job.
Good job. Okay.
Your book. Go back to what you were doing. Don't be looking at me. So now we have to finish the candles. We have to do the Habari Ghani 5 times. The Harambe 5 times, as you said earlier. So.
All right. So we are gonna do.
Anything else? Anybody wants to?
Anything else? Anybody want to speak on about purpose today, or
this in general? You know, the importance of purpose. You know, and you know, we hear the word purpose. I hear Christians talking about the purpose-driven life. You know, I that book that's written. A lot of Christian people use that. You know, purpose is something for everybody. You know, no matter your religious association, we all have purpose in life. And purpose comes from God. When God made each man and woman and child, and we were all children when we were created, usually, you know, there was a purpose given to us.
right?
All right? And we have a purpose. And every day we walk up and we wake up in a purpose. You know, and purpose is sometimes ever evolving. You know, today your purpose might be this, but tomorrow your purpose might be something totally different.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's always being open-minded and being willing to evolve and change and realize that, you know, God may have something different for me at this point in my life.
Right.
You know, so it's always seeking things, learning new things, being open-minded, right?
Right. And I think that comes too with maturity as we grow, like what you're saying, and as we go down our path of life, the purpose will change. Just like as we're growing from infants all the way to being an elder, that's important.
Yeah.
You're from being an elder to being an infant, your purpose will change.
That's evolution.
That's right.
What's an infant?
A child.
A child, infant, to an adult.
To an elder.
So, so it's very important that we walk in our purpose, know what it is, so you can share that.
That's right.
With everybody, okay? And don't be afraid to share it.
That's right.
And that's, I think, a lot of people, sometimes we have purpose, we have these wonderful gifts that God has given us, and we hold on to them, and we keep it in a box. So I think it's so important that we reach out to our community, to our family, to our friends, and share these gifts. Because sometimes the people that you're reaching out to, those are the people sometimes maybe do not have that gift, and be able that can relate to what you're doing. And sometimes you draw to those type of people who lack your gift. You know, and I've seen that with people I've worked with in the past, and I'm like, wow, this person can do this. Wow, how can I do that? We all have it within us, but we all have different skills and different mindsets of how we utilize them and how we utilize our skill. That's right. And our purpose. So,
and remember we talked about this morning, me and you, Sharris, we were talking about the parable in the Bible about the talents.
Yep.
And the fact that, you know, that king that had, you know, that money, you know, it was those they call them talents, I believe, and they all had, he gave it to 3 men, and they all had an opportunity to do something with what they were given. 2 of them did something really great. They made it more than what it was. The first person took the money and basically buried it in a hole and hid it. And then came back with the same thing. There was no growth.
Right.
you know, when God gives us something, God has given us all an ability, right? He's given us all something within. And we're supposed to take that and evolve and grow with that, right? We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to use it to become something more than what it was when you received it. But if we never utilize it and just hold on to it, it's a waste. Kind of like the gentleman in the Bible who never used his talent for anything. He just held on to it. So that's about purpose. What's that?
It's kind of like a plant. You know, it's like you have the soil, you plant the seed, and you water it, and you watch it.
It grows.
Right? And sometimes it'll die because we're not using it. And
Yeah.
then it'll come back, you know, and that's something we have in our home that I keep in our home all the time is orchids, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful because it looks like it's dead. You get it the one time, and the orchid looks dead, you know. And basically what happens is the stem begins to regrow.
That's right.
And, you know, people say, why do you leave that in your house? But it's a testament of who we are. Sometimes we go dormant for a little bit, but then we get back on track.
We come back.
And we start to grow by the nourishing of the water. But then as soon as you start to see that little stem start to grow, oh, I got to water that seed. I got to water that, you know, and get that going so it can grow. And so, because you know the end result of what it will come to be.
Yep.
And you see the flowers start to bloom and all those different things. But you know that there's seasons that come and go, and it will come back down again, and then it gets rebirthed again. So many people receive orchids, they get it in those nice containers, and they just throw them away. And I always be like, wow, you're throwing a gift away like that. You know, if you keep nourishing those fruits, nourishing those roots and
they'll come back.
it will come back.
How long have you had your orchids?
Like almost 3 years.
3 years. I remember I bought them for you.
Yep, 3 years.
Yeah,
They're still going.
and they come back every year.
Every year.
They do.
Year. So, just wanted to share that with you guys today. Hope you guys are blessed and walk in your purpose today. Know who you are, and know that God has so much for you and your family in this new year coming. So, we're going to go ahead and close out, wrap it up, and do our Harambe 5 times. We're going to do it together as a family, and then we're going to blow out the candles. Okay? So, let's do Harambe 5 times. Everybody ready?
Harambe, 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 Harambe.
Happy Kwanzaa, you guys.
Happy Kwanzaa.
All right, happy Kwanzaa. See you tomorrow.